There was something else that I wanted to add to the video yesterday, but because Apple upgraded their operating system to Mavericks and they upgraded iMovie, let's just say I'm not a big fan yet of iMovie, but I have high hopes that they're going to realize that they need a little work on it. So this is what was missing from yesterday, and this is pretty much just saying when you're freshly diagnosed, or even when you first start the road to cooperation, that it can take a lot of readjusting. And I hope you guys are well. For freshly diagnosed, for people who are just now getting to understand and accept that they may be MP, that's a little harder. Because right now, that system is still in survival mode. They're still reacting in the same way that they would if the abuse was still going on. In some cases, the abuse is still going on, but the core needs some limitations to how often the system comes out. So this really does come in with the 5 steps of cooperation. And even if your end goal is to integrate, at least get to that point of cooperation. Set up boundaries. Firstly, communicate. Communicate your boundaries. If you're freshly diagnosed and you're still in that denial stage that you have MP, having those encounters with the littles may be a little difficult. But starting a dialogue, no matter if it's internal or leaving notes or actually just talking out loud to them. It's like, look, we need to figure out a way to make this work, because my life is not going the way I want it to, and your life is not going the way you want it to. So I understand that you're still in an anticipation mode and survival mode, waiting for the abuse to take place so that you can jump out and save me. But at the same time, they have to understand that you need to learn to feel the cockleburrs and the thorns and the abrasions of life in order to develop that tough skin that comes with learning to take stress and certain aspects of life as anybody. We sort of get comfortable with the idea that we have this entire army behind us that's just going to jump in and take our life at the drop of a hat when everything gets difficult. We become adjusted to that. Learning to live without that cushion takes time, and learning to live outside fully, that can be difficult. And it's the same for adults and littles. The very first thing that you're going to feel when you're freshly diagnosed is denial. I mean, that's immediate. A lot of stereotypes surround the idea of being MPDID, and a lot of it's negative. What a lot of people think that immediately, once they know that they're MP, that their system is going to attack them, that their system is going to turn on them. 9 times out of 10, that's not true. I'm not going to say that's never happened. I'm just saying that for the most part, that's not common. They do become afraid once you are fully aware of them, because they've always worked in stealth. They've always worked in the background. They've always done what they needed to do in order to take you from the abuse and help you survive the abuse. There are some who will react to their job being limited And they have a tendency to lash out. They will misbehave. They will cut. They will drink excessively. They will become promiscuous. That doesn't necessarily mean that every system is going to be like that. Every system is different. I cannot drive that into someone's mind enough that every single system is different. And it's not just an adjustment period for you, it's an adjustment period for them as well. And learning to live as an MP, once you get over the hurdles where both of you are in such strong denial that this is even happening, it does get easier. It can get easier. And there's always that adjustment period, and you can be in denial for the rest of your life if you want to, if you choose to be in denial. If you slowly start to accept the way things are, the way things are going to be different now, then things slowly start to make sense. Things slowly start to come together. And that's when communication becomes easier. Being in the idea that these people saved your life, and then now what? They get pushed aside. Their whole life changed just like yours did. Now, if you've watched my videos for any length of time, you know I'm a huge altar advocate. But I don't know every system. I don't know everything that you guys are going through. But I can empathize. I was there. I was in denial for 6 years. And I tried very hard not to be MP. I tried very hard not to have a system. I tried very hard to ignore them. But just like anything else that you ignore, eventually it's going to break down that wall and it's going to get known. That's what led to my breakdown. That's what leads to a lot of breakdowns. Patience and communication are probably the key to a very long, happy life with each other. Just don't count them out. Listen to what they have to say. If they're destructive, find out why. Just like anybody else. You're cutting. Why? What can I do to help you? And I know that cutting can become an addiction. I know that. But addictions are formed for a reason. There's something that's being blocked out. Find out why. Why are you drinking so much? Why are you so promiscuous? What can I do to help? What can I do to help you not live your life so destructively? And like I said earlier in this video, as much as we are learning how to live without that cushion, they have to learn not to be a cushion. Communication, communication, communication. I'm all about that. Again, I hope you guys are well. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.